where you could see the grimacing, that shoulder was really plaguing him at times. So I think it's going to be management the rest of the season. Cassidy will have more on it later.
How they were going to find different opportunities for different people on the floor to be consistent on the offensive end with so many different moving pieces. Ja Morant at the rim. There's not much you can do about that. Coming off a game against OKC where he had 24 points, and here he comes down the floor, one to beat. Lost it momentarily, able to get it back, faked it to Edey, and couldn't complete it off the black glass. Was inactive against OKC due to the calf. Missed the last 2 games dealing with that soreness as well, but a huge threat for them on both sides as Marshall lines it up again in that second. Up the floor, Aldama couldn't get a hand on it, so that goes back to Dallas. Bain, and here comes Memphis. Aldama sends it to Ja Morant, who has not been good from the three-point area in the last few games. I believe Cassidy has more.
Yeah, he's still playing through a right shoulder injury, one he admitted is affecting his play. I asked him this morning how he was feeling about.
And you think about the way he plays, how relentlessly he attacks. He's going to be open to some.
Another take, no good. Scottie Pippen Jr., who has done a fabulous job in the last few games, making his mark. It was a huge boom in the Milwaukee Bucks. For more on these games, please go to nba.com or visit the NBA app. After back-to-back turnovers on the offensive end, Luke Kennard in the game for Memphis. Ja Morant off the glass and couldn't connect.
All year for Memphis, and Ja to start this game 1 for 6 in the paint.
1 for 8 overall.
Like, set your position and hold and let that offensive player work off you.
This is first personal foul as the tray ball for Wells finally goes down.
Did you hear Kendrick Perkins to start our telecast tonight? He said Jason Kidd will have them prepared to play. Facts, KP, facts. That's been such a big part of this game. That's a heck of a play defensively.
Almost got you out of your seat. I had to make sure I had to continue for a look as Clark is able to get one off the glass. Time playing each other. This is the 3rd game. Luka Doncic was no longer a Mav. Was out with a left calf strain. Kyrie Irving was out as well with a bulging disc in his.
You might have some guys out because it's, early March. Just got to keep grinding. It's a long game.
4 on the shot clock. Morant had to get it up and draws the foul. Well, that's something that he's done very well. Dallas right now in that 10th spot.
Boy, what do you do if you're Dallas? There was a report coming out today about the bigs making some progress.
I know that they've been through a lot, to say the least, within the last month, but is there any optimism knowing what's on the roster at this time, just not available?
A young superstars coming off 5 straight first-team performances, a trip to the NBA Finals. And even Mark Cuban, participated in a discussion about the trading away of Kukoc. As Ja finally gets a bucket.
Approaching the 1-minute mark here in the first half. Morant starts to feel it. As a pull-up, no good there.
Well, that's his 11th rebound.
And the take by Ja Morant. Things well from the free throw line and drops one there.
Okay, so Steph Curry, right, down 22. I don't have my best stuff. We don't have our best stuff. And instead, what does he do? He lights him up for 41. Good sequence there.
Edey leading to a tray ball for Ja Morant, and his woes from outside continue. And tips that NBA countdown at 8 Eastern. Lakers Boston as Edey finally gets one up top.
Boy, it's been a little bit of a struggle for him to just 4 for 12, but I promise you, he will keep shooting.
Last game had his 7th with 6 or more threes as another attempt on the other side. As we mentioned, at halftime, actually, their bench was outscoring their starters, 27-26, as Desmond Bane kisses that off the glass. Brandon Williams as Zach Edey. You asked who was going to be that person to step up. Zach said, I entered the chat. Morant stops on a dime, says too small, and adds another 2 to his stat line.
He's, virtually manning the center spot when Edie's on the floor. That's a tough match. And how about Morant, okay?
Well over Houston. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Morant off the bounce, going at everyone. The swag is coming out. Tied at 79, Morant has come alive here in the second half. 17 points after just having 7 in the first half.
But come back on the next possession off the created turnover by Williams.
A block on the other end. Morant couldn't connect on the triple. Right now, Memphis.
Excellent communicator on the defensive end in the middle of the floor. He's calling out the screen right now for Caleb Martin. Makes the switch. That's going to be a foul and an N1, and he took a shot to his knee.
Brandon Williams off the bench, as well as Najee Marshall that just stepped to the bench. He also has the 3 fouls. Luke Kennard finding Morant, trying to get to the paint, switches hands, and couldn't.
But come back on the next possession off the created turnover by Williams.
A block on the other end. Martin was hoping to get something on the other side.
Playing without Jaren Jackson, it was integral to their success on both ends, as Shaw's going to turn it over. And that has been an issue for Memphis all year.
Toe Cassidy just owning the moment as foul will be called. What a tear we've seen. The Lakers on an 8-game win streak going into overtime against New York. And wow, Morant is a human highlight reel. Morant has come alive here in the second half. 22 points. Pulls up baseline, can't connect. Both teams coming in, dropping 5 of their last 6 games as Morant able to kiss that off the glass. With the rock is very scary. Marshall thought he had a steal, took the gamble, and Desmond made him pay. Top of the key, why not?
27.
15 points for Clark off the bench, 7 rebounds to add as well. Williams, who already has a 30 ball, gets fouled on the take. Klay Thompson. Crowd wanted that one. 3 for 9 for Klay Thompson in this ball game from outside. Morant parted like the sea and gets another 2. Difference right now, Morant going at Brandon Williams. There's not much you can do.
Tell you what, different guy in the second half. They dominate in that regard.
7 on the shot clock. Williams still with the assignment for Ja. Night-night. Came into this ball game seeking to get back into the win column. A lot of doubt on how they would be able to finish and get a huge one here in Dallas. A much-needed win as they go on and move to 39-24.